hands up if you with it. Drop it.
Hello and welcome back to the Petty Parlor. I'm your host Jasmine.
And I'm your host Bree.
And today we're going to talk about what I seem to think is a hot topic. Something that not a lot of people are talking about, I would say probably in like the TikTok sense, because you know we got all the election and stuff going on, our lives being in absolute shambles, the corruption and the fall of a nation. Totally get it. You know, but some of us still got to go to work in the morning. So I've been seeing this topic trending in LinkedIn, and it's about return to office, or RTO. I'll probably say RTO most of the time, so that's what I mean, return to office. The mandates that are starting to go out with all of these larger companies, tech companies, big conglomerates, corporations, all of that, returning to office and having that mandate. And what I saw, which was something, you know, we all hate return to office, all right? Most of us. We like to work from home. Unless you Susie, who ain't got nothing to do, you're bored, you need someone to talk to in your life, you probably don't want to go back in office. But, you know, that's the normal, whatever, feel of that. But this take was one I didn't think about, was how return to office actually affects DEI and people of color and women in particular, about us going in office, and how that kind of is something that's going to be a risk for us and something that we're not going to go up against, which I had not thought about. And when I read through the Washington Post and everything, then I understood it, because I was like, that's really interesting, but I don't understand it. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the expert of it, about the two studies. They did two recent studies on women and people of color are most likely to quit over in-office policies. And then there was another study that found that remote positions attract more women and minority applicants than in-office ones. Of course, in this article, they mentioned Amazon a lot because they're the biggest thing right now. They've been in the news a lot about their return to office policy and how strict they're starting to be. They started off with the 3 days a week thing for this year, and then now next year they're going 5 days a week, strictly return to office being there. So in this post from the study, the researchers say that it hurts women and it is any underrepresented workers. So that includes, you know, people with disabilities, which is a very major thing. I know for myself, you know, if you have any type of mental health or health issues, going in office is sometimes just not ideal. You have to call out all the time. You're like, oh shit, you know, I'm having a flare up with this or that. And so now you can't work. Whereas when you were working from home, you could maybe manage that a little bit better than you could when, you know, you gotta be in front of Susie and Bob in office politics. So as more companies jump on the bandwagon of mandating 5 days a week, workplace experts and researchers have a sound warning about inflexible policies that it could derail the efforts to recruit and retain underrepresented workers and make organizations less diverse over time. The debate over whether the flexible work or strict office mandates are better for productivity and collaboration continues to heat up as more companies roll back pandemic-era flexibility. And then it kind of just goes into like Amazon, which I already talked about. But they said that the number of people who work fully on site has increased just 4% in October from this year. And that's just according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. But then the reversal of this policy is leading to backlash from workers who are protesting or even quitting at this point. So what are your thoughts? Oh, sorry. I do want to say some of these statistics in here. There was a study that was released that found that changing a job opening from remote to an office removed about 15% of the female applicants and then removed 33% of minorities in general for any type of job posting. So what are your thoughts on this?
So the thing is, I have always loved remote work before the pandemic. I did a lot of remote jobs prior to the pandemic. There's this website called Rat Race Rebellion, and I've been on there for like, I don't know, 10 years basically, and that they specialize in remote jobs. So all the jobs they post are remote, and so I had quite a few prior to the pandemic, and it's so much better.
Yes.
Like listen, being in the office is trash. Like it really truly is. People are annoying.
Yep.
It's awful. Can you not? Anyway. Go sit down. Go sit. Thank you. She's gonna be sitting
right here.
Anyway, sorry, but yeah, being in the office is terrible, and now I'm hybrid. I hate it. I have to drive very far to go into the office. I do have medical and mental health conditions, and there's times when it's like I'll drive into the office, I'll end up having to come back home because I didn't feel good or whatever the case may be, and it's just like it's a waste. But also, I think for women have the responsibility of childcare, and it's so much. The daycare and stuff is sky high.
Crazy. And we're not just talking children, dog moms too. Okay.
Like,
putting my dog in daycare is more than a child, almost.
Like these prices are absolutely insane. Some of the costs of daycare that I've heard makes it so it's not even worth it to have
another job.
Yeah, so it definitely makes sense that women would want to be able to stay home, and that way they don't have to spend all the money they get from this job on daycare. At that point, you may as well just not have a job if that's the case, because it just doesn't make sense. So it definitely makes sense why women would not want to work somewhere that doesn't allow them to be remote. With minorities, though, it gives me a lot of questions, because I don't really see, like, I understand not wanting to be in the office. There's a lot of microaggressions and stuff that happen in the workplace when you have to be around all these people. And so that can definitely be a factor of like, I don't want to have to see people's faces. I don't want to have to look at these people all day, or go into the office, or be worried about my hair, this and that and the other, or having all these people do all this stuff. And so that can definitely be something that can deter you from wanting to, go into an office or take a job that's not, fully remote, especially because y'all don't be paying for us to spend the gas to go into the office.
No. Yeah, and I do think that's where a lot of the minority thing comes from. Is it's way easier to fire someone in office than it is work from home. As a manager, it takes fucking the blood of Jesus for me to fire someone who's working from home. It is not easy. But in office, you can sit up here and dress code them. You can do that. They're late. They're, here past the time. You can do, they said bad words, which I gotta watch my motherfucking mouth now. Being around these folks, I gotta go to HR. Like, it's so easy to do and just hide behind the HR bucket of, if you don't like somebody, it is so easy to fire them in person than work from home. Because trying to get evidence and stuff of that when you're working from home, you can't. You absolutely cannot. Because unless they're on camera the whole freaking time, you don't know. But in the office, you can watch people and see what they're doing. And they're on their phone at their desk. You're written up. And here's a right up here and a right up there. And if people are racist and have discrimination against you, there's so many discrimination cases that come from working in office and being fired unfairly. So I think that's where a lot of the minority thing comes, is if you want your workspace to look more white and bright, it's easy to do that and get rid of the black people and be like, oh, your hair is unprofessional. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't wear that outfit because your body type or whatever. Like, it's just so many other things and bullshit that we haven't had to deal with being work from home and remote workers, that you just have to sit up here and be like,
Yeah. I definitely understand that. I don't want to be, the thing is, when I'm working from home, like, for one, a lot of these jobs do not require your full attention to be just sitting there all day. doing whatever it is. So when you're working from home, you got the TV on, you got stuff in the background, you're doing stuff, you're doing chores, you're doing laundry, all that kind of stuff, and still being more productive than you would be in the office. When I'm in the office, I don't want to be there, so I'm not going to be as productive at all. I'm gonna be irritated. Yep. It took me forever to get here. Now I need to mentally prepare to be in the office with y'all. Y'all loud. You're coming by my desk. You're asking me 6 million questions like I'm not also doing what we're doing. All of these kinds of things, like it's a lot. And so being able to be like, my favorite days are obviously the days when I'm at home, because I don't want to be around all these people. I want to be able to chill. If I'm at home, I can just go to the bathroom. I don't have to like take a break to go to the bathroom because it's not far as hell away. I gotta walk around the whole entire building to get to the bathroom. And then when I get there, guess what? It's gonna be closed for cleaning because that's the time that they always fails. And it never fails.
And then you don't know who's clocking you on how long you went to the bathroom.
Right.
Where's Bree at? She's been gone for a while.
You didn't need me the whole time. At the moment I go to the bathroom, suddenly,
all of a sudden,
you need something from me. Why is that?
Insane.
It's nonsense. And then there's people's vibes. Like there's somebody in my office right now that I'm like, and they're upper management, and I'm like, I don't think this person likes me. Just, you could just feel like you're just like, I think this person hates me for whatever reason. I'm the best worker you have, but for whatever reason, I just sense that this person,
animosity
does not fuck with me, and that's fine because everybody's not gonna like you. But I'm not gonna feel like that if I'm at home. Right? You know what? My TV and this dog both are very once a week of me. Okay,
for a 30-minute meeting, and that's it. I ain't gonna see you after
meetings. This could have been an email. Most of the meetings could have been an email. We're not talking about anything. We have huddles every fucking day at my job. We're talking about the same shit that happened yesterday and the day before that, because nothing new was happening every day that we need to talk about. Nothing has changed. There's no reason why we need to huddle up together every single fucking day to talk about what our metrics were yesterday or whatever the case may be. Why don't we meet at the end of the week and talk about the metrics for the whole week? Okay, we don't need to do this. The only reason why we don't mind it is because it's time away from dealing with clients. So we'll be like, cool, a little bit of time to relax. But other than that, no, we don't need to have these conversations every fucking day. I also don't need to be in this office. We don't need to do that. If your job is, especially if your job is hybrid and you can work from home, you should be working from home the whole time. There's no reason why I should have to come here.
It's like, I can fully function here. I don't need to be in here. I ain't got no IT issues. I ain't got no problem. I'm doing everything I would be doing already. And being more productive in my house in multiple ways, not just at work. I'm being productive in my own
willing to do overtime.
Overtime's out the fucking window when you're in office. I wish you would.
I've already told them. Listen, my job goes up in tax season. They're going to be offering overtime. I am not doing it because the thing is, we're already on the West Coast, so we are taking the later situation. We're working the latest that we already can. So our overtime would be in the morning. So that means that it takes me an hour to get to my job. You would want me to leave my house at 4 a.m. to be there at 5 a.m. to do overtime. And that makes sense to you. I'm not doing that. Okay? It's not going to happen. If I'm doing any overtime, I'm working from home. If you want me to come into the office, no overtime will be done. That's the bottom line. I don't see why.
No. You get these hours and that's it.
That's it.
I'm not doing nothing else for you. And, for me, being a manager, I suffer from fix your face-itis. And when people be asking me questions, and they be the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, my face, I can't. I'm gonna look at you like you dumb bitch. Like, at home, you're just messaging me and you don't have to see my face. And I can just answer your question and move on with my life. You don't hear me screaming in the background. In the office, I will be cursing and throwing things and trying my best to keep my shit together because you've come up to my desk 5 times today asking me how to do a job you've been doing for 8 years. So There's a big difference. I can't do it. Just it's absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but yeah, no, I can't. My face is bad too. But when we have to be in Teams meetings and the camera's got to be on, my God, today when I tell you, every time somebody, and it happens so many, and now everyone knows this about me. Every time someone says something stupid, I had to go off camera because I'm like, there's just because the faces that I be making. People will literally tease me on the side and be like, "Your face right now is crazy," and I'll be like, "My bad." And I gotta go
cover
do the off camera because y'all are y'all just y'all.
So annoying.
No, it's terrible.
And then we just have all these extra things where they want to, do more things within office and control you more. And I don't like to control. I'm a grown fucking adult. I'm here to make a paycheck and do what I need to do. I don't need you looking at my badge logs. I don't need you sitting up here trying to be at my desk and see, oh, are you eating lunch or are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I come over and talk to you for a little bit? Oh, your desk has this and that on it. Like, I don't.
Too much micromanaging.
You're in my face. And I'm a manager and I don't like being micromanaged. It's gross. Don't clock me. Because then you got employees who try to manage the manager. And I'm like, you don't get my face.
It's hilarious.
Apply for my job then. Get away. Like, I don't need it. So, and it definitely does make a lot of people, quit and things like that. Because why bother with it? For myself, my office is fucking huge because it was built for a warehouse. It was not built for an office. The office is just upstairs. I have heart condition. I have to walk my little ass all the way. I timed myself one day. It takes me 10 minutes just to walk from where we have to badge in to the elevator. And then from the elevator to my desk, which is also a backwards motion from it. You're paying me for those 10 minutes because it's inconvenient. I'm like, if someone had a disability, I have to go on crutches one day in the office because I messed up my calf. That was the worst day of my life. Having to have to hobble around on a crutch and walk that far of a distance to my desk, to the bathroom. I was livid. And I'm like, I'm not going to use my freaking time off for this. This is insane because you don't know how to make an office ADA approved. Like, no.
It's nonsense. And then, what really doesn't make sense to me is y'all would just save money. Just save money. Just close that building down. Let everyone work from home.
Yeah.
You're paying rent or whatever on this building. Just close it down.
Give it to someone else that needs to be in office.
Save so much money and then give us raises with that money you're saving. I don't understand what you don't understand.
I don't get it.
It's so easy. It could all be so simple, the artist said.
Right.
But you'd rather make it hard. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And it's, people live in different things. And it's like, if you don't live next to the office, especially a bunch of people in COVID, to save money, they moved in different parts of the state. Some people got rid of their cars because they were like, oh, I can save on a car note now. I don't have to cook, on their breaks. I'm the type of boss, I don't care if on your break you go pick up your kids at the bus stop. Mm-hmm. Do what you gotta do. But if the office now, is fucking 15 miles from where your kids get dropped off, what are you gonna do? That's not gonna take 15 minutes, So I just think it's absolutely ridiculous and gross, and it does further push the white agenda because white males are the least affected by going in office. They're the least affected group. They don't have to worry about the kids. They don't have to worry about, disabilities and all this type of stuff. They don't care. They don't have to deal with, oh, you're not wearing the most appropriate clothing because they're not a woman in office. Mm-hmm. Oh, a man can sit up here and be aggressive all he wants in office and not get told that they're being aggressive. Black women get told we're aggressive all the time just because of our face. Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen to a white man. So these things, it only benefits them.
It really does, and it's exhausting. And honestly, I've been thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give me a nice little remote situation. Especially because I'm trying to leave this godforsaken country. So,
Earth is real ghetto right now. So, no.
So, I don't know, child. But yeah, I completely agree. I think the whole, having to go into the office is nonsense, especially if you live far. Like,
Yeah.
if you live more than 20 minutes from the office, you shouldn't be expected. And there are people who do. A lot of the people who do want to come into the office are white men, though.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't want to be around y'all's kids. A lot of men want to go into the office because they don't want to be around their wife and kids all day.
Uh-huh.
How am I going to have all my office affairs, motherfucker? How am I going to have my work wife if I don't have to go into work?
Exactly. They're going in there to find someone to harass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or, have an affair with. And if you're one of them bitches who thinks you're somebody's work wife and you're having some sort of affair and getting all close with some married man, you're gross. Yes. You deserve to be fired. Trash ass bitch. Anyway.
Fire him.
Fire
real sick of it.
I'm sick.
It needs to be consequences for both. Because they wouldn't even try it if they had consequences.
But they also wouldn't be trying it if we were all remote.
Yeah.
So let's work.
Good luck trying to flirt with me when you want to see me. And I could just leave this fucking meeting. Like, oops, my computer broke.
Nobody needs to go into office. And y'all's rules are ridiculous and too strict.
Yes.
It just doesn't.
It just makes it even worse. I'm not in grade school. I'm not in jail. I don't need to be checking in with the warden every 5 seconds, to go get me some coffee. Like, get out of my face.
And I tell other people that are coming in, when I have to train new people, I let them know, and they say, well, should I do this or should I? You do whatever you're grown. You do what you want. What's best for you is this.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, do what you want to do, girl.
Yes.
You're grown.
I trusted you to do your job at your house. I don't need to be managing you in person.
What really doesn't make sense to me at my job, though, is there are different, ways at my job that you can do my job, essentially. But if you do it through a temp agency, you can be remote, which is crazy to me.
The rules don't make sense.
Why is it that these people through this agency are allowed to be remote, but I work for the company and I have to bring my ass into this office? And then there's another section of the company that is still part of the company, but they are also remote. And somebody was saying to me recently, like, yeah, some people have quit going this way and then they went in through this way so that they could do it remotely. And I'm like, say less, because that will be shortly if y'all don't go ahead and fix. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, especially with once they know you have some sort of medical conditions. And when it comes to that, the amount of shit we got to go through to get FMLA or get leave approved or get the remote work approved,
and all that stuff be unpaid.
It's nonsense. Just let us work from home, bro. Stop being a fucking hater. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I don't need everybody knowing my business.
Right.
Because then they're like, oh, well, why does she get to do this and go that way and blah, blah, blah.
Fucking business.
My medical condition is not your business. And then you got to tell your boss, and like, my boss don't need to know all my medical conditions. She just needs to know I come in here and I do my job.
Right.
That's it.
It's all bullshit. Y'all are disappointing and terrible. Hopefully you learn lessons. You got to give us something. Y'all don't be giving us no raises. Y'all want to let us work from home.
Yep.
Y'all are over here, making it uncomfortable in the office. You got to give us something. It can't be multiple things that are just like going against you at the job.
Negative.
Right.
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
You got to give us
if you get pregnant in office, you got to go through all this. You're trying to carry a baby. You got all these things going on with your body and people all in your business. And then once you have the baby, you got to go into lactation and get the... It's a lot for women to fucking be in office.
It's not pregnant, you're not having kids. Just having to go in office when you're on your period.
Come on, I don't want to deal with you.
The worst. It's so awful. I hate it every single time. I'll be like, y'all need to let us work from home, bro.
Yeah.
If the men want to go, it should be, working in the office should be voluntary. That's what I really think. If you want to be in office, because some of people's kids be loud, they don't have that, whatever.
Right.
And then go into the office. Everyone else who don't want to work in the office, I don't got no kids. I have an office here that's perfectly fine. I can be in my own house. Let me do that.
Yeah. It's so it's like, out of everything, this is now also, and also, it's just how I feel at this point with just the world. It's just like everything just pops. And it's unnecessary. all this shit is very unnecessary.
The world's big trash.
Yeah.
Everything is going awry. Okay. We just want to have some good days. Is all.
Yes. It's no bad days. Like, can I have? It's there's the thing of no bad days. It's no good days.
No good days is what's.
I'm gonna put up on the safety. When they put the thing 0 days since our last safety incident. 0 days since the last time I was fucking happy. Since I had a good day.
None. Can you all just give us something? Powers that be, give us something.
Yes.
Because my God, today it is.
I got to sit up here and fire somebody because they wanted to go out the night before and they're coming in hungover, whatever on their breath. I gotta smell it. I don't want to be in your business.
If you were at home, I wouldn't know you were home.
I wouldn't know. That'd be me. I wouldn't care if you was tired from being out last night because it was a holiday or somebody's birthday or something. Come on. If you do your job, I don't care.
I don't. That's how everything should be. Stop trying to punish people for trying to find some joy.
I'm trying to live.
When everybody does their job,
Personal
there's
life.
no reason to fire them. I remember at one job I worked, and this guy, he was a top producer. It was like data entry. He was a top producer on our whole team. And when he would be working, when we were in office, he would be watching Netflix while he was doing his job. But it's all data entry. You're not talking to anybody on the phone. He's fine. He's whatever.
Yeah.
So he's just watching shows on Netflix and like cranking these files out. They let him go because of that. Why? He was doing his job. Why would you let him go for that?
He's watching a movie.
It's so ridiculous. I'm watching, listen.
Multitasking.
Honestly, the moment that I get back to not being, having to talk to people on the phone, I'm about to be going ham on some Netflix while I do other stuff. Like, it is ridiculous. Y'all make me mad. Anyway, y'all suck. That's the bottom line.
Yes, it's well, finishes. I'm like trying to. I already have a migraine today. It's like, fuck. It's awful.
Everything's terrible. We'll see how the rest of life goes. We just gonna have to listen. The bottom line is we're gonna have to pack up our shit and go somewhere else. That's really where I'm
Do
going.
it. Do it.
We're gonna have to pack up our shit and go somewhere else and get a nice little remote job somewhere.
Because it's not like they make the office comfortable.
Mm-mm.
It's not like they make it nice or have benefits for the employees. Here's a cry room. Here's a nap room. Here's
I actually did work
free snacks
in an office that did have a sick room, and they had cots. And so if you didn't want feeling well, you would go in there and you would lay down and kind of used to be in there and get some delicious naps during lunch. But
yeah, it
the
was
place I worked at. But my office now is freezing. Why y'all keep it so cold?
so cold.
Why is it so cold?
Now you want to get mad at me because I got a blanket? Get out of my face.
It's so cold. I can't even talk to people because my teeth is out here chattering. I'm in Arizona. I should not be
Freezing.
this freezing. Okay? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. The air condition is on -3 degrees. If you don't stop trying to freeze me, I will quit in the middle of me talking to somebody on the phone. Like, I'll hang it up and be like, this is enough. I'm freezing. It's fucking ridiculous. Y'all are... Anyway, everyone's the worst. Okay, bye.
Work sucks. Stop making people go in office. This is awful.
I hate everything.
Especially if it's not a good office. Like, it's not like we all work at a nice kitschy tech company where they got ping pong tables sitting in the break room and free snacks and lunch every day. Where the food trucks?
We do have listen, and my office got a lot going on. Okay,
We got nothing.
We do have some break room stuff,
We're
but
the worst.
the bottom line is, and they do leave for
Listen.
lunch from time to time. But still,
The snacks be expired in our refrigerator. So
We don't
I have to check the expiration dates
We don't-
to make sure that this salad is actually not going to give me fucking,
Gross.
I'm not going to get sick and food poisoning. I've got food, the only times I've really had food poisoning in my life is from a fucking job. It's been from work.
stop eating stuff in the office. And let me tell you another thing. While we're talking about being in the office, if you are a person who goes to work and goes in the refrigerator and steals somebody else's
Ooh.
goddamn lunch, you
Ooh.
are the
Nasty.
worst kind of person on earth. And I hope they put lactate in their shit, and I hope you have the shits all over the office. And if you are someone who works in human resources and goes and you treat the person whose lunch was stolen like shit, you're also a terrible ass person. Because that will never make sense to me. That the person who got their lunch stolen but put something spicy in it or whatever, now this person is, they're sick or whatever the case, now that person's in trouble because they put spices in their own fucking food and somebody else has stole it.
Mm-mm.
You're going to have to catch this guy.
You're crazy.
Like,
You've lost your
why
mind.
is someone that steals even working at this place? They're not trustworthy.
What are we doing?
What are we even doing here?
I would never have to think about this if I was in my house. I don't have thieves in my house.
Ain't nobody stealing from me at home.
I have cameras in my house. Okay, I'm looking at
what's stealing my food in the house.
That is insane. And then you want to get mad at me because I'm using the corporate card to pay for my food because I ain't got no goddamn money from all the money I'm spending to come in office.
Right.
So
y'all don't pay for gas. You really need to be giving us a gas stipend. Is what you need to be doing if we have to come into that.
I need EV chargers, please.
And y'all should have to have a daycare center in the office. Y'all should have to have a daycare in the office. If you make your employees go in, every office that does it should have to have, for every company, a daycare there where they can bring their kids in a separate place and be like, this is the office daycare. Everybody bring their kids here. It's heavily discounted or whatever.
And allow dogs in office because I need my emotional support.
Right.
Because I'm sick of dealing with you people.
No, barking at every white man that came across. You know? It's like, well, it's the price you gotta pay for want me to be here. I
was fine in my house. Was I not? Yeah.
Yeah. Let us work from home. Stop being bitches. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
If it sounds like too much work for you to meet all of these requirements,
then let us work from home.
Shouldn't let me be in office.
Right. It doesn't make there's no reason not to. Y'all are just hating. You don't want us to be happy. Let your employees be happy sometimes.
If you need to do layoffs, just say that. Just say you need to lay people off.
Y'all don't be giving us nothing. You don't give us no good 4-10 shifts, even though you could easily do it. There's no reason why we shouldn't have that option.
You can stagger.
Literally.
It's not.
Literally, it would be so easy to do. There's no reason why that shouldn't be an option. You don't let us have that. You don't let us do whatever we want while we're in the office as long as the production is good. You don't let us do nothing. You don't let us work from home. You're not giving us no raises. Y'all will sit there and talk about how good the company is doing, how we made this many billions of dollars this year or whatever the case may be. And then with the same breath, turn around and be like, nobody's getting Christmas bonuses this year because blah, 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 blah. Y'all are liars from the depths of hell.
Absolutely. I bet you somebody got a bonus.
Period.
I bet you somebody's.
I bet you CEOs, CFOs, anybody that got their title start with a C, I bet you they got one.
And even if you gave them stocks, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just like, who was it? I think it was, I need to look it up. Was it Jeff Bezos? One of them, she had so many goddamn stocks. It was $8 million. She turned that shit in. $8 million. That's how much fucking stock she had. It's ridiculous. Because you don't have to put people on payroll if you give people something. Like, that's what Bezos does. He doesn't get, on paper, he doesn't look like he gets paid anything. Because he just has a bunch of stocks in his own company that he can vest at any time and make millions of dollars from that. So no, like, yeah, I'm sick of it. Listen, corporate America in general.
It's trash.
Why do you make things so hard? It's so annoying.
I'm about to go buy me some land and just become a homesteader and not work for nobody.
Listen, if y'all could just make this podcast.
Really?
We wouldn't have to go back to work.
Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Post it up. Promote it. Help us.
Get out of corporate
We'll
America.
hire some of y'all. We don't want to edit. We'll hire an editor if y'all making some money. We'll start our business. We'll start our people. Y'all be able to do whatever you want as long as you do the stuff. You can work from home. Help us help you.
We can all make this money outside of the traditional 9 to 5. We just need to sit up here and band together. Okay? Because they gonna pay for these ads. They gonna pay for whatever. Just help us. We're trying not to have to go back to these fucking ass jobs and be in office. It's slowly breaking me down.
The moment that I win some lottery money, everything finna be out. This podcast and everything. I'm finna be.
You're never gonna see me.
You're never finna see my face again. The moment that I get that big win. Jasmine too. She coming with me. I'm gonna take her with me. We going to do stuff. Y'all will never have to see us again. We'll be like, all right, well, we did what was needed.
We did our big one.
Okay?
And that was
we
it.
did our big one. And that was that. We don't.
Don't go back.
No, jobs are terrible. I gotta get my shit together, be my own, so I can be my own boss.
I'm tired of interviewing at places. I'm tired of applying.
Interviews.
It sucks. I got one tomorrow. It sucks. Like,
It sucks so much. And then on top of that, with all this election shit, that's another layer of shit we gotta be worried about, because then on top of that, with them acting like, oh, DEI is the devil and all this kind of shit, we're going back into office, they might just start one by one being like, okay, this is the people we need to start getting rid of or whatever to meet the DEI,
I'm already the only black woman.
Right.
What you gonna do?
Right. And it's just so uncomfortable, and you're putting us in all these weird positions, and on top of that, how do I know that it's going to be safe for me to stay where I'm staying? Some of us who are black live in these red ass states who are about to start acting a fool, and we're probably going to have to get up and dip and go somewhere else. And we need to be able to have if I'm sitting here and I'm going on my way to become, really valuable at my company and move up in my company, but then I'm at my company and I'm like, oh damn, I can't really stay here. I really need to go to one of these blue states. And y'all don't give me that option because you don't have a location in one of these blue states. So now I just gotta quit this job and go somewhere else.
Yep. Ridiculous.
It's bullshit.
All right.
Well,
I'm thoroughly depressed.
yeah. Way to end this on. Everything's fine.
So I'm gonna head out of here. That's all I got.
God, that's
So,
it. Just
eat,
drink.
be petty.
Everything's fucked.